Hello everybody, welcome back to Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception Remastered.
That's an idea.
So, picking up where we left off last time, we had just finished a gunfight on a bunch of boats and needed a way to get across here.
Nice.
So,
That'll do it.
as an enterprising young gentleman, Nathan figured out that and then, decided to grab a hold of everything on the way down for some reason. So that at the end of the last part, I think, while editing, I realized that I skipped a lot of that fight. Like, I died really early on in that fight because I just kind of tried to run past all the enemies. What you didn't see was the fucking 20 minutes of fighting that I did to get back to that point while actually killing everyone. I died a few times in that 20 minutes, by the way. It wasn't that it just took me 20 minutes to do it. But yeah, this jump here, that right there, that one always confused me because it doesn't look like a jump that he would be able to make. But yeah, I realized while I was editing it, that I cut out a huge amount of that. You can also jump that, or you can go, wee. Absolutely pointless to do that there. But back where that box is, you can do it and zip from there all the way through and grab the pipes there, that pipe. You can land on that there. There's a few places you can land to do it. It's not particularly worth it.
Okay. Gonna get one shot at this.
But I guess it is faster, I will say. That also happened to me at one point. I don't remember which playthrough it was, but I do remember that happening to me before. Everything is lined up, you jump, but then he shifts just that little bit. And it fucks you. Which is weird because, as you see there, it goes into a cutscene. So you would think that as soon as you let go, cutscene activate, right? And then I think this is the first time it's done this. Where it's went to the cinematic angle while you're doing it. And if I just sit here, the camera doesn't, there it goes. It takes the camera a while to zoom in. And even then, as you see, it zooms in super fucking slow. So it totally expects you to keep moving while doing that, which isn't bad. It does that a couple points during the game. And at neither point is it horrible that they did it. It's slightly annoying because obviously it makes you very small and harder to see. In this one. In the next one, it does a cinematic. The next time it does it, it's a cinematic angle that's just not good. It's just not a good angle. It doesn't make you smaller or anything, really. But they don't, obviously they're not going to do it during combat because that would be utter bullshit. Okay, so what do I have for, no, what's my, oh, I have the sniper pistol. I'm not doing that, not at this point. Oh. Okay, so I swear that I was holding forward on the stick and somehow he jumped left. I don't know what is up with Nathan today, but apparently he doesn't want to live.
Down here. Keep an eye on him.
So this part here is very similar to the last time that you saw me do this. On the tower, except that this one here, you can't just rush your way through. On the tower, I showed you that if you just, I think I showed you anyway, where if you just charge through it, you can in fact just get past it without actually having to kill anyone. You also gotta be very careful because if you run out of bullets, you're safe while you're hanging onto it, but if you run out of bullets while you're aiming, he won't go back into cover to reload, which, as you saw there, almost got me killed. So you want to be careful not to run out of bullets. Now, this part was significantly worse than the last part, because even on brutal difficulty, the last... Oh, fuck. Come on, Nate. Get over there. The last part, you could still rush through it without any worries. Whereas this part here, because of the angle that they're at, the way that they aim their guns at you and everything, it's iffy whether or not... Oh, damn it, yeah. If you're fast enough there, you want to try and be fast enough there to do that, because that guy isn't the worst. Like, it's not necessarily bad if he manages to land. But it's also not necessarily a good thing. So, there you go. And if you're quick enough here, and push. And then cover. But yeah, like, even on, like, it was very weird to me when I was on brutal difficulty in that last section where I had to climb up like that. And I didn't die because I managed to just rush through it. It was very odd to me. Oh, fuck you. There you go. Because it's not something that you expect. Like, playing through the first and second one of these, and even, like, getting to that point or this point in them, you wouldn't expect to be able to, like, get through anything, right? Without issues on the higher disc, like, on Brutal and that. Because, like I said, even on Brutal with the infinite ammo, the one bullet kills, everything like that, I still died a significant amount. Because the fact that you were killing them in one hit meant nothing, because they were also killing you in one hit. Also, there's like a bunch of shit up there that I don't think you ever climb on. But yeah, like, I was very surprised when I managed to do it. And then I got to this part and I'm like, oh, well, maybe I can do that again. No, you can't. Like, you have to be very quick and know exactly where you're going and at what points. Oh, you do have to climb those. I wasn't sure. And have to know at exactly where the fuck. Okay, I remember now. Like, at what point you need to move, at what point. Like, you have to be so in sync with where you're going, you know? Now, this guy in particular, super fucking annoying because he shoots through like that. But for you to actually hit him, you either have to try and shoot him in the hand, which on the higher difficulties is utter pointless. Well, obviously not when you have the one-hit kill on, but when I first played through it, it was on hard without the one-hit kill, so it was pointless. Like, I died here so much every time. Because it was either on hard without insta-kills and whatnot, and, you know, not knowing where to go, and even knowing, and after figuring out where to go, I still died a bunch. And then on the higher difficulties, just because you die so fast. You know, like, as soon as they get a shot at you, you're done. Oh, here we go. But yeah, it's just another section that's, like, all of these sections with the pirates. Like, I have to say, there is one or two sections that are pretty bad after this. There. But overall, if I could remove one section from this game, it would be all of this shit with the pirates. Like, all the stuff with the pirates just is so bullshit. Like, everything that you have to do with them. Like, even later, once you get past the pirates into, like, the next sections and whatnot, you'd think, oh, well, it gets harder later. Nice. Yeah, it does. Ship. But it gets harder, but it's still more fair than any of the stuff with the pirates. It's ridiculous.
You've got to be kidding me. This place is a mess. Shit. Right. Plan B. Wait. Where are you headed? That must be where they're holding Sully. I gotta get on that ship.
All right. So, now this next part, I actually... well, okay, I'll say that. Because, like, this immediate part coming up is like, whatever. But the part right after it, I actually enjoyed because you could... It felt like you could stealth it, and I actually managed it. Because a lot of the parts, right, it's like, I feel like this can be stealth, but then it really can't be, you know? Like, they always have, like, the guy that'll always spawn in once you hit this, like, you'll hit this one point, and this guy's guaranteed to spawn in, therefore he's guaranteed to see, right? Like, in all the pirate ships there, right? And if you try and be stealthy, and you go around the right way, Not like the correct way, but like the way that is to the right. There's a guy that just like drops in out of nowhere, like directly in front of you. I did manage to avoid him a couple times. But even so, it's still really shitty. And then on top of that, they have in, you know, the sections that you can technically stealth, you know, theoretically stealth, I guess, not technically, but theoretically stealth. They'll have like the two guys that are standing right next to each other or something, right? Now this part here also confused me a little bit because you see this guy with his armor, right? And you see him walking down the hallway. It's like, oh, well, you just stealth kill him when he gets close, right? No.
Who's there?
Because see, right there, he just saw me for no apparent reason other than fuck me. Like, literally, there's zero reason for him to spot you there. Like, he isn't really within view or anything. As far as I know, you can't actually take this guy out stealthily. Also, a lot of that would just fucking hurt. Because you're just laying into him, but he's so armored. Like, you're bashing metal plates. You know what? I'm gonna redo that. Because I forgot that, you know, this section is, like, not actually inside. Besides right here. Oh, shit. Fuck me. Is he back already? God damn it. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna be... Oh, look at all those shots to the head. Oh, look at all the headshots. Man, just aim for the head, you'll be fine, right? Yeah, sure. Oh, look at that. There we go. Aim for the head, yeah. Fucking assholes. Like I said, though, the pirate ships, like, all the stuff with the pirates just suck in this game. Like, after playing the first two games and then playing this one...
Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. I gotta make it to that boat.
Yeah. I tried to think of, like... Because, like, after playing this one, it's like... Man, all this pirate stuff sucks, right? So then I tried to think, it's like, well, I mean, was there anything in the first two games like that? Was there any, like, big sections in the first two games that, like, I really hated? And it's like... No. You know, after thinking about it, it's like, you know what? No. There was not any particular, like, area of the first two games that I thought was, like, unreasonably unfair. Or, yeah, like, that was unfair the entire way through. Like, there was never a point where it's like, you hit that point and it's unfair. Like, after that, you're fucked. Like, I never thought that. The entire first two games. Like, there was sections that I found difficult. There was sections that I thought were a little unfair. But I can't say that there was, like, an entire area of the game, like a chunk of the game that was like, this is bullshit. Because, like, in the second one, the Yetis, they were kind of bullshit. But you know what? Like, not the Yetis, the dickheads in the outfit, the Guardians. Because, you know, you couldn't kill them. And yeah, that's bullshit. But I mean, you run around for a little bit, you're fine, right? And then there was the actual Guardians that you could kill. And yeah, they were bullshit. And I called them out on it. Okay, there he is. And I called them out on it in the Let's Play. And man, did I ever call them out on it, playing it on hard the first time when I had to attempt to kill them. But I mean, and they were unfair, I will admit, but it was such a small portion of the game, and there wasn't nearly as many of them, right? Because, like, yeah, there's a good amount of them that can fuck you, and they're really unfair and bullet spongy and difficult. But overall, even in their area, there wasn't a whole lot of them. Like, you still fought more of the unfair armored guys than you did the really unfair bullet sponge enemies. Now, I think that's everyone. And we're about to find out. Because as I learned, if you try and do this
On my way.
while there's still an enemy alive, it will automatically kick you out and spawn the guy directly behind you. Every time. So you actually have to take out all of those guys. But as you saw, it's very easy to do that on, or actually like stealth that. And that's also guaranteed to happen. I thought it was weird when it first happened because it's like, but I mean, I did it. Why am I, whatever. So now there's a bunch of dickheads here, right? And they're all going to be shooting at me. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. But a thing you can do to avoid fighting is as long as you make it to that ramp, you're good. You can't do it on the higher difficulties. But you can definitely do it on normal, and I think you could pull it off on hard. I highly doubt you can do it on hard. And even on hard, as you saw when I was running up, I kind of got lit up from the left there, crossing that one section. So even then, you'd have to get kind of lucky with him and like dodge at the right time. Oh god, this part. Another leap. There we go. Now let go of it. And now we hide. Oh yeah, and I forgot. They take away all of your guns again. Yay! Because, who wants all the guns that you had? Oh god. I keep forgetting that in this game here, you don't have... Like, a lot of games like this, it's like gradual health regen, right? Like, you get... Like, as soon as you stop taking damage, you start to regen health, like, little by little. I keep forgetting that in this one, it's like... Your health doesn't regenerate until it does. Like, you get no health back until you get all the health back. No. See, now he was going to come up... And he was going to, start to melee me. Which wouldn't be an issue, except for the fact that with how many guys are currently shooting at me, including guys on the boat to my right, you may have noticed the bullets coming from over there. God, none of these guys are staying out of cover long enough for me to shoot. Oh, fuck, and they've started already. So this is the shitty part here. Okay. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get over there. Oh, there we go. Now this isn't a good spot either because they can come from your left as well. But for the moment, it's better. So like, you see that boat there showed up? They've now started to swing across. And as you kill them, they keep coming and keep coming until, they stop, right? It's one of those ones where it's like, the enemies are infinite. Oh my god, what the fuck got me there? I mean, there was some... Okay, there was something wrong there, and I don't know what it was. I got lit the fuck up, man. Oh, I see. There we go. Yeah. Boom. And boom. Oh, fuck, you had a pistol. Oh, what did you pick up? Oh, please tell me you picked up a pistol. So this part sucks because it has like the waves, and now we have rocket launcher guys shooting at us from... Ugh, let's go. That wasn't from this boat, by the way. That was from... Wait, where is it? They have one somewhere. Boom. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Boom. Oh. Yeah, prick. So sadly enough, this is actually like the best way to deal with these guys is to melee them. Because otherwise, obviously, they take a lot of bullets just to get through their fucking armor. And then even more bullets to finally kill them. Because they take more than one headshot. Which is obviously bullshit. But yeah, the rockets that were hitting us came from this boat here, which we now have to take out. Which, as you can imagine, isn't very easy. Because they're blasting the fuck out of you. I don't think that they can actually destroy your ship. I'm pretty sure that your ship is... It's not invulnerable. Like, maybe they can destroy it at some point, but I've never had them do it. And I've missed a lot. Like, that was the first time where I've actually hit with every shot. I've always just had shit luck with it. Oh god. There we go. We made it. See, now those cutscenes there, like that time and the last time when I was jumping to the left, neither of them looked like he was going to make it until he hit the cutscene. And that like pops him up a little bit so that he hits it. Which is very weird. But there, now we are on the big boat. So these pirates got a cruise ship for a base. Which, in all fairness, makes sense. Because a cruise ship is going to have way more stuff. Like,
Crap.
if I was ever going to be a pirate, my first score would definitely be to take over a cruise ship. Just because it's guaranteed to have a kitchen, it's guaranteed to have, well, like everything, right? Like it'll have like a gym, like it'll have amenities for your crew. Now you may think, well, you're pirates, what do you need amenities for? Well, I mean, obviously if you're going to be pirates, you probably don't want to put into dock very often, or put into port very often. Because people are going to be looking for you. So I mean, yeah, like the fact that you would have all this. Now, granted, I say that these, and you might think it's like, oh, well, I mean, these guys obviously felt the same way. It's like, kind of, except for the fact where they let their ship go to fucking, like, just garbage. Like, their ship is just trashed. Like, it's one of the things, right, where it's like, bad guys always have those kind of hideouts, right? That guy's gun evaporated into nothingness. Do I have? Okay, I currently do have a pistol. Where it's like, like the bad guys always have those layers that are just utter garbage, right? And it's like, you live there. So you want to try and stealth kill this guy because he gets a grenade, or you get a grenade from him, which will come in handy in a minute. Now, unfortunately, that guy didn't drop a gun, which is also a big part of my current plan. But we'll see. I think I get, yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I think I get some guns right here. Now you might think, man, they're really loading you up. Something must be about to go down, right? Yup. So I actually have 2 grenades right now, which is good.
Okay.
Very good.
Let's take a look.
I don't know where I got them from.
Oh, shit! So much for stealth.
Okay, so this part here, you don't want to take cover against any of these crates. No. Fucking prick! Stop it. Because as the crates move and that, it will boot you out of cover and kind of screw you over. Now you see this big fuck coming down, right? You want to grenade him with however many grenades you currently have to try and blow off his armor so that you can shoot the shit out of him. Because he has an LMG. And he is, and once again, the grenades take off his armor. I'm not actually sure if bullets do, but I know that grenades do. There we go. Now, the way you're supposed to take him out is like these little dickheads spawn, but they're like super weak and they die in 1 bullet, no matter what. Now, the way that the developers apparently, according to the internet, expected you to take down these guys is you gotta dodge that guy, who runs, by the way. Like, you saw how armored he was at the beginning of the fight. He runs. Like, he full sprints at you with that LMG. Oh, and as you saw there, these little guys are worthless, but there's a guy with a grenade launcher who apparently kept blowing up his friends back there. But they expect you to run around this dickhead until that guy with the grenade launcher spawns. And then when he gets to his position, like if you don't start shooting up there, I don't know if I shot him or if something else happened, but he ends up over here. And when you shoot him, it's supposed to automatically make the grenade launcher fall to the ground. Obviously, if something, whatever happens this time, happened then, doesn't work, then you're really fucked. Do I want that? I probably do. Probably would rather have that than the pistol for the part coming up. But yeah, they expect you to run around dodging that big fuck, which, you know, on normal is, and then on easy is meh. But on hard, it, like I said, he full sprints after you. Like, I had to dodge him so much. I don't even remember exactly how I managed. Actually, you know, I think that, like, what I just employed as a strategy, like blowing his armor off, is exactly what I did. I think just, except on hard, I think I managed to only blow off, like, his leg armor is usually all that I get blown off. And then I just shoot him in the foot until he dies. And that's pretty much how I've had to kill him every time. Because it takes so long for the grenade launcher guy to spawn, and then you're not even guaranteed the grenade launcher, as you saw here.
Thanks for the tip, Ramses.
There's also an achievement for playing in this pool, which by playing it, they mean, boop, done, right? Just jump in the pool, you get, not an achievement, a trophy. Believe it or not, didn't get that on my first playthrough. Never stepped foot in it.
Alright. Right into
But yeah,
the
like that
lion's
guy
den.
there, it's like I said, it's just another part where if you don't know how to deal with it, it's absolute horseshit. Once you know how to deal with it, it's fine. But like on the first playthrough, especially if you do it on hard, it's like fucking impossible. Because you don't know what you're doing or nothing, and if you're lucky enough to have 2 grenades like I did, you can blow off all his armor. Normally when I get there, I only have 1. Okay, so I want that because that's a 1 shot. So I should use it now while I have it. I hate it that the armored guys can sprint. Like, the one thing that evened them out in the second game, and you know what, that might actually be another thing why I feel like this game is more bullshit than the second one. Because, like, obviously when I played the second one, I had a lot of problems with it and whatnot. I mean, you would have, if you watched my entire playthrough of it, you would have heard a significant amount of my problems with it. And a lot of people said that the combat in the second one was better and that they got even better in the third one. Those people are retarded. I feel sorry for them and their parents for having raised such a lunatic. But like, I think what it is that they took the worst guys from the second game and then made them even worse, right? Like, they took the armored guys from the second game who weren't in the first one, and then they let them sprint. They took the big guys with the Gatling guns that were in the first one that when you fought them very rarely moved, and they gave them smaller guns and let them sprint. Now you might think smaller guns, good. It's like, yeah, except that the guns work exactly the same. But yeah, like that's pretty much it, right? Like they took the worst enemies from the first game and just made, or from the second game and made them worse. Like the second game did all right with the enemies from the first one. Like the enemies from the first game didn't really, oh shit, I forgot about that guy. There is a grenade launch guy up there that you do want to kill relatively fast because he's not the best shot. Thankfully they did make the grenade launcher guys kind of shitty. But at the same time, it's still a grenade launcher, so, you know, they don't have to be all that good. Okay. Oh. They also have a lot more suicide guys in this one. Like, obviously that guy... And by suicide guys, I mean just like, you know, they run at you. Please land right next to me. Did you? I fucking stuck it on the... And you might think it's like, oh, shoot him in the head, not the chest. Yeah, except that, you know, I threw a grenade at him and only his chest armor was off. Goodbye. Oh, I missed him. Okay, which way are you coming, dude? Huh. Yeah, that's right. Dude, you fucking suck. How did you live? That grenade went off like right fucking next to you. Die already. No, you're still not dead. What? Yeah, they're not bullet sponges, not at all. But yeah, like I don't know. They just seem to take everything. Like I don't know if people complain that the first game was really easy, so then they made the second one like they did, and then you know the assholes complained that the second one was really easy.
Oh boy.
Come on, get him, get him. Oh, that's gotta get him, right? Yeah. And then maybe, you know, assholes complained that the second one was too easy, so they made this one, but I don't know. They just kept... What? I didn't even see the grenade next... Like, I saw the grenade coming in, and then all of a sudden I was dead. Okay, get that guy. Grenade launcher. Now, this section here, right? If anybody ever wanted to prove to me that they could beat this game on the higher difficulties without cheats or anything, this level would be the one to do it in. Like this section would be the part to prove it in. To play to prove it that you can do it. Because out of all the parts in the game, this one is probably one of the worst. Okay, I think I saw... Okay, I think I saw an asshole there. Oh, I got a pistol. Oh, shit. Turn and... Boom! Boom! What? Yeah, frick. Nope. No, run away. No, get off the fucking sprint or dodge and fucking take cover. Same button. Bullshit. Boom. Boom. Good fucking God. Oh, stop throwing. Good God. Motherfuckers. Anyway. Yeah, because, like, out of all the parts, I mean, there is worse sections than this later. Like, there's a couple worse sections later. But it's worse purely based off of, like, the first... Like, the one I'm thinking of anyway is worse based off of, like, the... You know what? I'm actually going to continue with the sawed-off for now. Based off, like, the first few seconds of the fight. Because there's, like, a fight coming up much later than this. Like, maybe not even next part later, right? Although this game has been going a lot faster than I remember it. Do I have enough? That should be good. Where you start with no guns and a lot of guys pointing their guns at you. And it's just, when you're playing it on the higher difficulties, it's just pure luck. Whereas that there does take some skill. I still don't know what happened with that grenade. Like, I don't know if it like bounced weird and therefore got like some extra hang time before it fucking got me or what, but whatever. Now this part is another one that you'd think you could stealth, but I could never make it past that guy. So I don't know if like you're actually supposed to be able to stealth it or not. Oh. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know, it's just weird. Huh. Because I think that guy's standing right there. But yeah, like, because that one there, that one requires a lot of, like, even the shipyard, you can really cheese it by getting in the water and hiding behind everything. So you could really cheese it even on the higher difficulties. Obviously, you would still have to aim for the head on that one. This one, that one there, though, there's so many guys coming at you from... Like, you know, if you stay under the balcony, right, you're generally good because you get, like, the first wave of them like I did.
There he is.
And then you have to advance out for the guys on the balcony to spawn, right? Now, I want to say that that might be something that they patched in. Because in... Okay. Because in all honesty, when I first went through this on hard and crushing that, obviously I was playing an unpatched version.
Sully!
Oh.
Sully? He's not here. Crap.
Nathan, you have given me so much trouble. I promise you, we're gonna end it now.
You never had him, did you?
Of course not. I lied. Remember? I'm a pirate. Yalla, go.
Yeah, that's right, buddy. Keep laughing.
بسرعة!
Okay, so I think it was last part where I said that there was a spot coming up that really made like no sense whatsoever. This is it, by the way.
Oh, that's not good.
Like the fact that they never had him, and they had Nate doing, you know what? Oh, really, dickhead, fucking stop. I love how he had no armor, took a fucking sawed off to the chest and just shook it off.
That's not good.
Thank you. Boom, and then there we go. Now the reason I'm worried about that is because of this dickhead. Because once again, you know, they gave him the micro SMG because, or the micro whatever, because, you know, that's fair. But then those dickheads spawn there. But like I was saying before, I'm pretty sure that they actually patched in the waves of that, because I remember on my first playthroughs of that, just getting absolutely rinsed. Also, because the ship slacking, it really makes the hiding behind shit like impossible. That didn't work. Oh, fuck me. Don't you dare die, me. Don't you fucking dare. Whereas after I downloaded the patch... fuck! See, now look, I'm gonna die, because that guy's gonna shoot me in the fucking head. See, this is what I mean, right? Where it's like, they took all the worst parts of the other game, and they made them even worse. Like, I get that they wanted you to, like, stay moving and whatnot, right? And I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, there's stay mobile, and then there's you can't because you're gonna die if you get out of cover, right? Which is more or less what this game turns out being, right? Where it's like, if you're out of cover for any length of time, you're fucked. And then they add it so that, and then, you know, they have like the standard shooter enemies that are always gonna charge you because they're fucking dumb. Like, and not even just like the armored guys with the shotguns, like the dudes with the pistols fucking charge you. And it makes no sense. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. Jesus. No, what are you doing? Stop it. Nate, fucking stop it. Yeah, they have like the guys who will run up to you with like pistols and whatnot and enter melee combat with you, which forces you to be in melee combat. Like, you can't not do it. I don't think so. Which obviously fucking blows all kinds of chunks because it automatically, since it forces you into melee combat, it forces you out of cover and opens you up. Like, those snipers there, like, I had zero chance. Like, as soon as that guy got to me, I was done. Because they had two snipers. And as soon as that guy got me out of cover, you know, they started training their sights on me. And it took so long for the animations to finish that I was dead. Like, that was it. Like, there's so many parts of this game. Because, I mean, the snipers work the same way as they did in the first two, right? Where they have their laser sights. And the longer that they can see you, you know, they will kill you. But they have their laser sights so you know they're there. Unlike the rocket launcher guys who will kill you. And it's more or less like a time limit, right? Where you have however long, like you can dodge to get rid of them. You can, I don't know, I think jumping helps too. But you can jump, you can dodge. I don't think running around helps at all. But like it'll get more and more focused on your head and then you die, right? But in the first two, they didn't really have anything that forced you out of cover, right? Like I can't think of anything like this. They both had melee combat, but it was both garbage. I mean, the melee combat in this isn't much better. I think the melee combat in this is the same as it was in 2. But yeah, it's not good. But like nobody ever forced you into it in the other two that I can remember. Whereas they have so many enemies in this game, and I say so many because it's just like standard enemies that do it, that just rush you and force you into melee combat, which forces you out of cover in a game where you never want to be out of cover. You know, like, well, yeah, like that's like they just have so many. It's like they took how people were dealing with the first two games and it's like, okay, how can we stop them from winning?
Which way is up?
This is also really weird, by the way. This, like, I understand the physics of it and everything because, like, the ship's tilting on its side and whatnot. It still screws with me every time. Oh, God. And...
Okay,
it's very awkward to run through the room, which is weird because that's, like, the only awkward part to me is running through the room. The rest of it is fine. But, yeah, this ship is really fun. I'm not even quite sure how this happened. Because, I mean, I caused a big explosion. I guess I was down there. I still feel like it wouldn't have worked. Oh. So that part there, right? He's supposed to, you know, do the good old, oh, I'm gonna, what's it called? It's like sidle or something? No. Where he like presses himself against the wall anyway. And he like shifts there. Like that. Like that's what he's supposed to do. And he does it every time, so I wasn't expecting him to not do it. It's one of those things where it's like,
Easy.
if they don't do it, odds are you're gonna die because they're supposed to do it. You expect them to do it. So if they don't, it's like, well, I don't. Like, you're not expecting it, so you can't correct for something that you don't expect to happen, right? This is another part that doesn't really make sense to me. He decides to use the elevator.
Come on.
Like, the ship's on its side. He needs to go up, which means, you know, he needs to go... Well, I think he was at the top as well, right? Like, we were on top of the boat at that point.
No.
Like, we were at the top side. He goes back into it and decides to use the elevator, which will move, in this situation, left and right, not up and down. But, yeah, I don't know.
Can't get much worse than this.
Can't get much worse than this. Oh, Nate.
No!
Oh, Nate, you have no idea.
Yes, it
Yeah,
can.
there it is. Yes, it can. Oh, right, I forgot that I actually have to do something. This part here also confused me a little bit, because it's hard to get him to do... Like, he doesn't swing right for some reason. Like, he always turns his back to where he's supposed to be going for me. I mean, it doesn't matter in the end, it's just weird. Classic.
How about that?
Ugh. Now, you might think, wow, look at all the guns on the floor, right? I don't know why they did that. Because this looks like, look at this, right? Like, if there was ever a boss fight room, it would be this, right? But no, you just leave.
Sharmut! Yars! See you in hell, Habibi!
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's the thing that doesn't make sense to me, right? I think I've talked about that before. Like, they captured Nate. They had him, whatever, they were gonna torture him, sure. They told him that they had Sully. All of that shit went down because they told him that they had somebody that he didn't. But look at how much damage he caused just because... Like, I just don't understand their reasoning behind it. Like, even if... Well, it's not only that, though, right? Because I understand that, right? It's like, oh, we have your friend. If you don't talk, we'll torture him, right? Makes sense. The thing that doesn't make sense is, why did they have a dummy dressed up like him? If Nate makes it that far, something's wrong. Like, why would they expect him to get that far? Like, that's the part that makes no sense to me. Is like, they had it set up
Get out of here.
based on the fact that he would make it.
How convenient. How's it going?
All right, yeah. Yeah, I understand. Can you call me if anything changes? Oh my God. I gotta go. Nate.
Thought this was frowned upon.
Shut up. I really thought you were gone this time. Are you okay?
Is Sully?
He's alive.
Thank God.
But they've got him.
What? Where?
They're in a convoy headed into the desert.
Oh, we gotta go.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. No. No, it's not that simple. Come on. They've got at least 2 days head start on us, so we'll never catch up.
We gotta try.
Listen, I've got a plan. But we're only gonna get one shot at this.
Okay.
They're loading up a cargo plane at the airport. They're gonna make a supply drop to the convoy.
We gotta be on that plane.
Exactly.
You do realize that means parachuting in, right?
We've done it before.
Not well. Okay. I could really use a glass of water, and then we ought to get going.
No. No, my contact at the airport says that the plane isn't taking off until dawn. In the meantime, just try to get a couple hours sleep.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Come on, all right? He'll call if anything changes.
You're really gonna do all this on your own, huh?
For Sully? Yeah.
I like the way you think.
I know.
No, I mean, that's...
I know what you mean.
I'm sorry.
I know. There it is.
Okay, here.
Man, I don't want to have to use this.
I know, but we have to do this quietly. They catch us sneaking onto that plane, we're dead.
All right, so this chapter
Nate, over
here
here. I think we can get to the
is
building.
the one that
Here, help me lift
probably saved me the most time in my speed run, because you can skip every fight in this chapter.
You got it?
Like, you can't skip as much. Like, it doesn't skip as... I don't think it skips as much as my other one that you do back with Chloe and Charlie. But it skips enough
There's a way out on the other
that
side.
it makes it worthwhile. Also, I just realized, right, because like Elena was going to do this all herself if, you know, Nate had shown up, right? Which is fine. I mean, if you played or watched my Let's Plays in the first, you can see that she very easily handles herself. But one thing that I thought of when she said that was, with how often other characters are around Nate,
But we need a way up.
you never play as them. Like, this game is set up perfectly to have, like, a chapter or two or something, you know, where
If I put it in neutral,
you're playing as somebody else, where it's
Here,
like
I'll
you
push,
take over
you
and you
steer.
play as Elena. You take over, like in the first game when Nate saves Elena from being blown up, and then he gets put in the prison, right? She shows up with a truck to rescue him, right? Like, that right there is a perfect opportunity for the developers to be like, you know what, you're going to play as Elena for this
How much
chapter
further?
We're almost there.
and see how she
Keep
did
going.
that, right? But it never happened.
Bother to look for keys?
Keep going.
And then in 2, the same thing. Like,
Alright,
there's
hold it steady.
multiple
I'm gonna climb on
situations where
top.
it's like, you could play as Chloe, you could play as
Hurry,
Sully,
hurry, it's
you could,
slipping.
or
Can't
as
hold it much
Elena,
longer.
you know? Whatever. Like, there's just so many situations in these games where you could play as the characters that you're with for added story or something, right? Like, even in this one, you could have had it where instead of Nate and Sully going to rescue Chloe and Charlie, you play as them. And, like, you know, you go through everything with them instead of,
Man,
you
that's a
know,
big plane.
meeting Nate and Sully and then still
Hold
being
on a
Nate.
minute. I'll open the
Like,
door.
you go through everything as them, and then you meet up with Nate and Sully on your way out, right? Okay, so right here, right, is the part where you can skip everything else from this point. All you do is you take cover behind here, you aim that way, and then you hit back and circle so that you do like the same little like shooty forward thing, but you do it backwards, and it forces you through this gate. And then you just run that way. Like, you see a little green spot on there. You run that way. You go through that wall, past the plane, and out onto the runway where you end this level at. And you're done. And, like, that's the end of it. Like, you're finished. You've now beat the level. Where the fuck did these two assholes go, by the way? There's two guys in here that I have to deal with. Oh, shit. Elena was fighting them. Oh, boom. Yeah. Oh. Oosh. Because Elena had already fucking unloaded into him. So yeah, Nate, like Nate said, he has to do this quietly. He brought 8 fucking bullets. Like, that's his plan. Like, he's like, oh, we gotta do this quietly, but I'm not gonna bring any ammo.
Thanks.
Also, this right here is a good spot to get the kill 5 people with 1 explosion achievement. Because, like, as you saw, all those guys came out of, like, the back of the vehicle. Fuck. So, you're gonna die doing it, but, like, if you run up... And he didn't bring his fucking shotgun. He didn't get to keep it. But, like, if you run up and time it right, the driver will get out. Are they all looking at me somehow? Do they all know where the fuck I am? God damn it. Of course they do. Oh, that might actually help. Oh, God. What the fuck got me there? Oh, I turned around and just got leveled.
Thanks.
I'm not sure if I can do this.
Shit, get down.
I mean,
get down
there's
behind
no...
You.
Oh, unless there was, like, a propane tank over there. Ugh. They are unloading because they have shotguns, they have the micro Uzis. Like, man, this game is just so fair. I mean, all you have to do is aim for the head, right?
Get down behind you.
Really, Nate? Really? You fucking wuss. You throw like a fucking bitch. Not like a girl. I've seen girls throw farther than that. I still can't. Also, like, they do, like, you can't skip this fight as far as I'm aware. Like, even if you take out those 2 guys silently, I think these guys might show up neutral. But it's, like, almost guaranteed that they're going to see the bodies and immediately be hostile, right? So, like, it's nearly impossible. And I say nearly because I imagine that somebody would be like, oh, yeah, there's definitely a way. All you got to do is this, this, and this, right? Fuck you. But yeah, like, he planned on coming in here doing it silently, but they give you no bullets to come into this with.
You?
Like, you have nothing going in there. Like I said, you have 8 silenced, or 8 bullets from your silencer. How do we... Oh, yeah, right. Gotta push this thing. It's been so long since I've actually played through this entire level. I'm still counting this as part of the pirates, because as you can see, they are still the pirate models. After this, we no longer see these guys. It's weird that the pirates are guarding the airport for these guys, but apparently they decided that that's who needed to be here. For this. Oh, God.
Whoa, I'm losing it.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
crap,
you made
that's
it through.
bad. That's really, really bad.
Get down.
Boom. Boom. Oh, boom. That's probably the most use I've ever gotten out of this shotgun. Usually, whenever I try and use that shotgun, it doesn't go well for me. Also, all I see is 2 guns. Where did... And the only reason I care is because this guy usually carries a shotgun. Like, the red guys usually are the shotgun guys. So where the fuck did his shotgun go? Oh, well. But yeah, like, I don't know. I like... Playing through this level, I was super fucking glad when I figured out how to skip it. Because, like, and then there's this part here, right? Where, once again, technically, you can stealth this section.
How many of them are there?
Too many.
I never
Just have to
once
get through here
managed
as
it.
quietly as possible.
I never once managed to get anywhere near stealthing this section. Because of how, like, shitty the stealth is in this game. It's just... so bullshit. Now, you might think it's like, oh, but I mean, they have lights, right? Which means you can just avoid the lights and you're good to go. Yeah, theoretically. I mean, that's not how it works. In a real stealth game, that's exactly how it would work. But unfortunately, this is Uncharted with fake stuff. You know, where you can't actually... Oh, God, Nate. And it turns you around whenever you do a stealth kill. And doesn't let you press up against certain walls because I don't know why. But yeah, it's definitely another one where it's like, yeah, you can stealth this just fine. Yeah, sure. Let the developer do it then. Let them prove me wrong. Let them... Oh, look at that. I actually got silenced pistol ammo. Keep that because I might need it. Take you out. Oh, get more silenced pistol ammo. Nice. See a bunch of guys that way. I don't actually know which way. I think I need to go that way. Which is unfortunate considering how many guys are over there.
What? Shit.
No, you weren't. I fucking...
There goes the element of surprise.
That's bullshit. You know what? I wonder if I can just book it.
Just keep your head down.
Just keep your head down? Does that mean I still actually fucking... Oh my god. And that's all, like, the pistol equivalent that they gave them. Like, that's the worst part, is that that is their pistols tearing through me like that. Well, I mean, Elena's here. Okay, so that's actually good. That might help. There we go. Okay. Nope. Because... What? I fucking threw it! Ugh. It's bullshit and you know it, game. Stop being a fucking asshole. I hate the stealth sections of this game because it's such horseshit stealth. Also, in case you missed it, there was 2 guys at the end of that path. Which means the odds of you actually managing to get both of them without the other one seeing is almost none. Oh shit, that guy's looking. Okay, I think I'm good to go now. Yep. Get you. Boop. See, now how the fuck are you supposed to get past those 2? Because, I mean, unless they split up, you're not getting past them. Come on, turn this way, turn this way. There you go. No, see... Oh god, that actually worked. Alright. I mean, I'll take that. That's definitely not a stealth thing, but I'll fucking take it. Yeah, come on. You want to look that way so that I can do this. There we go. And he dropped a fucking sniper rifle. Bolt action sniper rifle, by the way. Yeah, that's a useful thing in this game. It actually is. It's super powerful. It's another one of like the power weapons where it's like it will insta-kill. Like it will probably kill anyone you shoot with it. See now, how are you supposed to do that? Because there's 2 of them, right? And I mean, yeah, I have a silenced pistol. But I have no way of drawing them off. Right? Like how... Oh, this guy's actually coming. Alright, well...
What was that? Shit. We've been spotted.
See, now once again, right? Like, in the other Uncharted games, this is me going back to, you know, they took everything and made it worse. In the other Uncharted games, right? You have a situation like that, right? Where it's like, you're up against cover. And, okay, there's Elena. There was a guy chasing me. But you're up against cover, you're waiting for the guy to get close enough to you so that you can melee them. If you hit square before they get to you, nothing happens. Whereas in this one here, you hit square before they get to you, Nate fucking pops out of cover and punches them in the face. Now you might think, well, what's wrong with that? It's like, well, because now you're fucking... What the fuck is wrong with my game? I was really hoping to get through this section before the fucking end of the part, but now Nate decides to be a fucking asshole and take flying leaps off of buildings. Like, what the hell, Nate? I fucking climb up there. Yeah, just keep your head down. See, now that fucking right there, that's what fucked me. The, fucking... Oh. As soon as I got up there, the camera turned. Where are you, asshole? You are... You are... Like, the camera turned and just absolutely destroyed me. Dude, I really somehow managed to hit that guy with a grenade launcher, and the only thing that happened is he lost his helmet. This is so much worse than... Oh, something happened to that guy. This is so much worse than the first time I did this. And the first time I did it was on hard. But I was way back at, like, the entrance when all these guys spawned. Oh my... No, stop! Fuck me. Fuck.
Here we go.
Oh, please don't be at it. Oh, what the fuck is with everyone? Where did they all come from? What container? Exactly what container? See, look how fast those fuckers are. Like, the one thing that you had in the last Uncharted was that you could outpace them constantly, right? Like, you never had to worry about them catching you if you stayed mobile. And then there's this one here where that doesn't fucking help because they sprint anyway. So, like, what the hell is the point? Like, it's like, you gotta balance your game, right? It's like, okay, so this enemy, like, you take your standard enemy, right? And it's like, oh, you make a decision. It's like, all right, this is gonna be our standard enemy. This is it. End of story. This is our standard enemy. For every perk that you give that guy to make new enemies, you take one away. Like, that's how you do it. It's like, oh, he now is heavily armored. All right, he can't run. Like, that's how you do it. You balance it.
Finished loading up. We better get going.
All right, so I'm going to end it here.
Come on.
We're, like, right at the end of this part, which sucks. But you know what? We've been over an hour already, and I don't think with editing it'll even be under. So until next time, thank you all for watching, and I will see you then.